I just got back from a week trip, and before I left, I did not do anything to my outdoor plants. My gardens, I didn't trim them, I didn't bring any plants in. I just kind of hoped that here in northern Michigan we wouldn't have a frost. Well, guess what? We had a frost, and I just got back from my trip, and it's starting to get dark, but I think we're gonna get another frost tonight. So I want to check on my plants. So let's check on my plants, see how they did. First up is my bigger Golem Jade plant. She seems to have survived this frost pretty well. Probably because she was close to the house, so she didn't really get hit with the brunt of the frost. Fun fact, she used to be much bigger, like 5 times this size. She stays in the house all winter, and I put her out in the spring, like back in March, so that she could be in the sun all summer, thrive. We had a late frost, so a lot of her foliage froze. Luckily, she had a really great root system, so she had a really girthy root system. You can see that's all in here. So she was able to come back this summer. This is all growth from just this summer, so she did really well. I'm gonna try and be a little bit better of a plant mom to her going forward, because I really love her. Another Golem Jade. This is from that main plant, a cutting that I did off that main plant. She did get a little bit of frost damage. You can see some of these kind of browned tips. She was a little farther away from the house, and I can see some of these leaves are starting to fall off. So she got hit a little bit, but she still seems to be doing well. So I'm gonna bring her inside for the winter, and she should recover nicely. Begonia didn't do well. Begonias don't really like me, and maybe now we know why. Also, not all of this damage is due to frost. It's been so dry here lately, so some of this is just due to lack of watering. I've been really negligent with my outdoor plants. Life just got away from me, and I've tended to my indoor plants, but the outdoor plants, I just kind of let them fend for themselves. So she's still alive. I'll probably repot her and bring her inside for the winter, yeah, she's had better days. My lemon tree. Okay, I realized that this is a long way from growing any lemons. I'm hoping that she's maybe just a little dry and she'll perk back up when I give her some water, but I really wanted to overwinter her in the house and bring her back out next year. She still might be able to do that. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. Also, overwintering basically just means bringing them inside for the winter so that they can keep growing. It's good for a lot of these tropical plants. And then I'll just put her back out in the spring. Next, this fern, begonia, ivy. I think there's one other thing in there. This did so well all summer. My mom actually, oh my gosh, that begonia is blooming. I love this. So right after I get done saying I'm not good with begonias, this one did really well. And I have a feeling it did well because my mom bought it. My mom is incredible with plants. She's one of the reasons I got started in plants. And she bought this for me, I think at Costco. And this has done so well. I'm usually not good with ferns or begonias. This one thrived. Also, this one was close to the house, so that's probably why it didn't get any frost damage. I'm really hoping I can overwinter this one inside as well. Ferns tend to get a little messy in the winter. They just turn brown. You really have to water them often. They get a little messy in the winter. Often it's just too big of a hassle not to worry about, but I really like this plant, so she's worth it. Geranium number 1. This one actually did pretty well. She needs to be deadheaded a little bit. I really love this color. I might try to overwinter this one in the house. I've done that with geraniums before. You really don't even have to do anything to them. They thrive on neglect. I'm not kidding. I brought one in last winter, didn't water it at all, put it in the darkest corner, it bloomed. So yeah, I might be running out of room inside, but I really want to keep her alive a winner. Geranium number 2. That bloom is about the only good thing on this plant. The dry conditions really hurt this one. So not so much the frost, more just the dry conditions. I think she's probably a little root bound. So I think this one I'm gonna put aside, and I'll put it away. She's kind of on her last leg. Geraniums 3 and 4, kind of the same thing as the last one. Frost didn't really get them, more just the dry conditions. This one actually has quite a bit of really good new growth on there. So again, she's probably just root bound. I could probably overwinter her, but again, I'm starting to run out of room. Couple fuchsia. I love fuchsia. Fuchsia, those blooms, those little kind of lantern blooms, they're so beautiful. Not surprisingly, the dry conditions combined with the frost, these struggled a little bit. So again, probably put those aside. Put these with the geraniums from the last video, dispose of them. I'll do another video on how I get rid of my plants. You don't just want to throw them out in the wild. Too many invasive species. You don't want to mess with the local, kind of the local plant life. So I'll do another video of that, but I'm going to set these aside to get rid of. Asparagus fern. This might be one of my favorite types of fern. I'm so glad that she's doing well. A little bit of damage from the frost. Again, she was kind of sheltered under a tree, so she didn't get the brunt of the frost. So I'll probably overwinter her inside also. All right, guys, we're on a roll with good news. This is a Mandevilla. It's got these really gorgeous blooms. These tolerate full sun, but they don't have like, well, I guess their leaves are kind of waxy, but these tolerate full sun. They also don't mind being a little dry. Actually, they prefer it. So this one thrived this summer. I'm definitely gonna overwinter her. Like, look at those blooms, they're so beautiful. I'm definitely gonna overwinter her. I will find space, I don't even care. Speaking of Mandevilla, this is my monster Mandevilla. She's a big girl. She's so pretty. Again, I don't know how I'm gonna have the space, but I definitely want to try and keep her alive over the winter. She's just way too gorgeous to let go. And how great is it that those Mandevilla, a couple small ones, and then the big girl that I just showed you, they really didn't get affected by the frost at all. So we're on a roll. Good news. My jade plant. This is my mama jade plant. She was the one I was really worried about with this frost, and she seems to have made it through just fine. She's a little leggy. I do want to trim her before I bring her inside for the winter, just so then she doesn't have to take up so much energy maintaining all of these branches. But I'm so glad she did so well. This jade plant I got at IKEA like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and I've taken cuttings from her. She's such an easy plant. I highly recommend getting a jade plant. They're so easy, so fulfilling. So just like, look at her. But anyway, I'm so happy that she made it through, and I'm gonna trim her. Yeah, we'll do that in another video. More good news. This is I think it's called a fairy castle cactus. I mean, like, it kind of looks like a little castle. This one I got at Trader Joe's like 3 years ago. She does okay inside, but she really thrived this summer in the sun, and she made it through the frost okay too. She's even got little, oh, these are recent developments. Those were not there a few weeks ago. Oh, fun. So that's very exciting. I'll bring her in for the winter, put her back out in the summer. She does great in the sun. Yeah, so happy she made it through the frost. So that's about it, guys. I've got all my plants here. Some of them need to be repotted. Some of them need to be pitched, and I'll show you how to do that later, so as not to disturb the local plant life. Yeah, I gotta get some of them trimmed up. Those will be future videos, but overall, pretty good news. Frost didn't really affect them, thank goodness. And I got everything in before the frost hits tonight. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.